This is day 6 of following Alex Hormozi's advice until I reach $1 million. Hi everyone, it is the 29th of June 2026, and we are at the stage where we want to determine who to sell to. So if you watch my previous videos, you know that I want to go into direct response marketing. That's the business model, and I've spent some time today to really decide who I'm going for, so who I want to sell to. And what's quite cool is I use Claude, and there's a skill on Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book. I actually have the book here. Oh, so this is the book. I spoke about it yesterday, but there's a section in the book that goes over, markets and really how to determine what market to go into. What's really cool is there's also a skill, you can go and watch a video on how to import skills into Claude. And I've gotten the 100 million offers, which is this book, a skill for this book. So you essentially train Claude on the skill. And I asked Claude, go through the skill, train yourself on the skill, and help me pick a market I want to go into. And it's not rocket science to pick the markets that it did, but it does fit the description explained in the book. And the two markets I'm really excited about are they fall under your classic boring businesses. The one is solar and the other one is home improvement. So I'm really honestly, I at the moment I'm like, just go for the one, go for solar, and if you want to expand, maybe expand into home improvement. It's probably not the same industry, not at all, but maybe there are some parallels that you can draw that translates from the one to the other. But I mean, I think I'll just need to maybe sit down and do the research on, which one I want to go into. Maybe which one has a bit more of an appetite for Facebook ads in South Africa, which of the owners are easier to get to. I'm assuming it's going to be solar, just because I think it's a market that isn't as sophisticated as home improvement. Home improvement, you likely, you get to the front desk, or I think it's going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be a bit more difficult to get to the owner, calling up home renovation businesses. So, I'm leaning towards solar. I'll see, I'll do some research tonight and do some trade-offs. And unfortunately, when you get into it, I think when you start to go into a niche, very quickly you realize what are the downsides of going into that niche. But I think that's really what's going to make this business model work, is finding the upside. And it's most likely, it's that tiny detail or those tiny ideas that no one is doing that you need to really find and use. Just to give you an example, if you watch the video on my background, I explained a bit on what I've gone into, and one of the things were I wanted to do this exact thing, marketing for pool builders in the United States. And I spent a week on the niche, and I realized it's not for me, it's too difficult there's no way to market pool builders. Funny enough, 3 months later, I saw an ad of a marketer for these pool builders that goes and looks at homes above a certain valuation and then takes a screenshot or looks at the home from Google Maps, gets the picture of the home, feeds it into some sort of AI, and have that AI generate a pool for that home. And then the pool builder just sends that photo or that picture over to the home and say, listen, this is what your home could look like if we work together. And I mean, that's a way for them to get clients. And obviously, I didn't think about it. I thought there was no way to get more clients, to find those creative avenues to get pool builders more leads. But I think that's really what's going to make this work, is going into a niche and realizing it's going to be difficult. There are challenges to the niche, and I just need to, get those creative avenues, realize or define how I can actually market for these businesses. So I think that's going to be the strategy. I'm going to spend tonight on, just probably deciding on solar, and then hopefully starting as well on the website. I think that's going to be the next thing. Really, this week, I'm going to be building the tools that's going to make it easier for me to reach out to clients, whether it be on email, DM, LinkedIn, maybe cold calling. Should be cold calling, but that's really going to be the plan. And I think for now that's about it. I don't have a name, a logo name, brand name. I mean, I don't have a logo, but I think those are the things that most people starting a business spend too much time on. I was also like in the beginning, I mean, it's your logo. You should spend time on it. You should make it nice. But it's really something people, and myself, I speak for myself, that I've fallen into, to just spend too much time on, like 2-3 days, maybe even more. And the problem isn't actually spending the time on it. The problem is the satisfaction that you get when you complete it, because then you feel like you've completed something significant, and actually you haven't. You haven't moved the ball any further to getting a client. The client doesn't care how your logo looks like. The client cares that you came up to him, you talked to him, you gave him a good offer, and you got him leads. That's what they care about. It's all they care about. They don't care about your slogan. They don't care about your website. They don't care about anything. They don't care about your email follow-up sequence. They just care about getting clients. And if I don't spend time on getting them clients or getting myself clients, I'm essentially just wasting time and most likely procrastinating. So that's it for tonight. Still going to be working. It's about 10 to 9 in the afternoon, in the evening, and I don't feel like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit tired. I actually feel a bit under the weather. But we're still gonna put in some 2 hours and really make some progress tonight. So I'll see you in the next video.